On today's episode, we're at my secret cove on Lake Allatoona. Haven't fished back here. Gonna try and check it out. We're gonna start off with the Shaky Head. Got an SMH head, 3/16 ounce, zoom thick trick worm in the electric shad color. Let's see what we can do. Just missed one. Just missed one right here in the middle. Just missed one. So we have fishies present. Pulled my worm down. Alright, so we got one bite. I'm throwing out here in the middle. It's deeper than I expected it to be back here. Which is a good thing. I'm thinking 8 to 10 feet out here in the middle of this little ditch-like cove. And I'm just gonna take my time and work this worm back, because we did get a bite, and there might be some back here. All right, so we moved over here where there's less rock. I'm gonna see how deep it is out there, doing the countdown method. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 feet out there, so maybe a little bit deeper. See if we can't get one to bite. I don't expect there to be any on this do nothing bank, but if there was a shad spawn this morning along here somewhere, it's possible they could be hanging out there. You never know. The wind is blowing this way. That's to my advantage. If there is some wind. Oh, I just got a peck. Just got a peck. Okay, so maybe we got something out here. Got him. Got him. Little bass. Little bass here. We got a little spot. There we go. I was not feeling too confident about this area, but it produced a fish for us on the Shaky Head, the SMH Shaky Head. I think it's a 3/0 hook, and the zoom thick trick worm in electric shad. Got us a fish. So that fish was a little shallower than I expected. Even though we have a high pressure day, we've got some things going on here. One thing to take note of is that we're in the middle of a shad spawn. So shad spawn shallow early in the morning, and that fish could have just been out there waiting for the evening spawn, because shad and herring, they spawn in the morning and at night, for those of you that don't know. So we're going to cast back out there and see if we can't catch another one. Alright, so we've moved further down the bank. We've got some scattered rock over here, another transition area. Got some clay, some sand. We're going to cast out here, see if we can't catch one. It's about 14 to 15 feet over here. So it's a little bit deeper, a little bit more of a drop off, and we're gonna see if we can't get bit over here. Got one. All right, that feels like a better fish. Feels like a better fish. It is a better fish. Awesome. There he is. Yeah, that's a better fish. Hooked him in the bottom jaw there. All right, that makes 2 over here. Y'all, people think you can't fish from the bank at Lake Allatoona. You sure can, and you can catch them. This one's about, I'd say 1.8 maybe, just a little over 1.5 pounds. He's got those red spawn eyes. They're orange. That's the spawn mode for these spots. I'm going to take a quick picture. Alright, I got my picture. Now it's time for the release. We're just going to let it go right here. There it goes. Alright. Alright, that was fish number 2 in a little bit deeper water. So we're going to try again and see if there's another one. So this bank has produced 2 fish. I'm going to try this next cast and see how much further I can get down the bank. It looks like it gets pretty tight over there, but let this sink to the bottom, and we'll give it another shot. There it goes, it's on the bottom, about the same, about 14 to 15 feet. Just gonna work this back here. I'm feeling things on the bottom as I'm working this back. I can tell when I'm in the sand, I can tell when I'm on a rock, and that's basically why I'm shaking it, is to feel the bottom and to give that worm a little bit of action. You don't need too much action. I know it looks like I'm shaking this rod quite a bit, but in reality I'm not. I'm just barely moving, trying to barely move that. I can feel rocks, trying to come over the rocks. I'm just barely moving it. We're gonna move down the bank anyway. Let's see what we can do. See if we can get down there. Got him. Yeah. Feels like a better fish. Yeah. There we go. He might be 2 pounds. Here we go. 2 pound fish on the Shaky Head. I'm gonna get a picture real quick. All right, got my picture. We're gonna let him go. Get a good release on this fish. He's got plenty of energy. We're gonna let him go. Here he goes. There he goes. All right, good deal. All right, so that concludes my little bank fishing video out here on Lake Allatoona. It was a beautiful day. If y'all are familiar with this lake, you know exactly where I was. You know, I enjoy bank fishing. Been bank fishing since I was a little kid. I have a boat, but I still like to make time to come out here, do some bank fishing. We caught a few fish, and it was a nice little trip. And y'all try that Shaky Head out, that SMH head. For some reason, it doesn't get hung up as much as other Shaky Heads. And with that light wire hook, you can just straighten it back up and use it again. And a lot of times it'll get you out of snags. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Bass Time with Diaz.